Well, you're watching our special focus on the Maharashtra elections, Maha Vote 2014, on a day when the Shiv Sena BJP alliance is on a razor's edge, but also not very clear of the health of the other side. The NCP Congress alliance too seems to be fairly fragile. I'm joined at the moment by Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan himself, live from Mumbai. Thanks very much indeed, Mr. Chavan, for joining us. Could you give us some idea, because we're not getting a clear picture, even as we watch the tensions unfold between the Shiv Sena BJP, what is happening to the Congress-NCP? What's holding it up?
Well, Srinivasan's situation is fluid because everybody is watching the other alliance, and there are obviously great tensions between the Shiv Sena and BJP alliance, and I'm sure they will resolve it one way or the other. We are in an alliance for last 15 years after we fought against each other in 99, and we have fought 5 elections together. This is the 6th election that NCP and Congress is trying to go together in an alliance. Every time there is tension, every time there is a talk of readjustment of seat share, but ultimately we decide and we come together. But this time also, some numbers are being talked of, and I think we'll come to a final number. But more difficult task after the number is decided, and if one party decides to cede a few seats, then which are those seats which are going to be ceded becomes a much more contentious issue.
No, can I just
these two?
Can I just come in here, because you made an important point? Are you saying that you finalized the numbers with the NCP? And if so, what are those numbers that you finalized? Because that's not the indication that the NCP is giving. We are very close to agreeing to a number, but we are not yet finalized that number. I think it will be done shortly. And at the same time, then we'll sit together and find out which seats the party which is going to cede some seats. What are those seats which will be given? Obviously, there will be seats which were lost in the last election, or they're bad for a particular party. So if they're given to the alliance partner, then they have a better chance of winning. This is what always happens. And there's yet a third phase. And that third phase is, after the number is decided, after the seats are decided, then we exchange some seats if they're mutually beneficial, like we did in Lok Sabha. So it's really a 3-stage process. But Mr. Chavan, the indication that we're getting from the NCP, and we had Ajit Pawar give an interview to the Times of India today where he's saying that the Congress is still insisting on the same formula of seats of 2009, which is 174 seats to you and only 114 seats to the NCP. Now, is this realistic given the complete drubbing that you received in the Lok Sabha elections?
No, I think, let's say, both parties did not do very well. Even NCP lost the number of seats that they had in 2009. But the point is, yes, some adjustments are certainly possible, and we are discussing that. But at the same time, increasing the seats by 30, as asked by Mr. Ajit Pawar, is not within the realm of possibility. We could adjust some seats. I'd like to remind you and your viewers that in 2004, we had given 124 seats to NCP. But in 2009, NCP shed 10 seats. So the number went down from 124 to 114. So this a few seats up and down keeps on happening. This time also we are negotiating, we are discussing. Few rounds of meetings have taken place. So it's not a live minute-to-minute kind of a meeting, but I think everybody knows where we stand.
Right. You're saying that the demand of Ajit Pawar for a 50-50 breakup of the seats, which ironically is exactly what the BJP is asking the Shiv Sena, you're saying that's not an option. You're very clear about that.
No, that's absolutely not an option at all.
Okay, can I just ask you, Mr. Chavan, that one of the sticking points in the alliance seems to be not just the question of seats, but the sort of almost personal acrimony that the NCP, particularly Mr. Pawar, Ajit Pawar, seems to have with you. Just this morning, once again, in an interview when he was asked about your own performance, and I'm sure you came across this, he said, well, by and large, Prithviraj Chavan was in New Delhi. He has the experience to deal with national issues, but at the state level, I feel more effort was needed. In my opinion, Vilas Rao Deshmukh, he says, was a better chief minister. Well, I think I will not join issues with what Mr. Ajit Pawar has said, but without a doubt, Mr. Vilasrao Deshmukh was one of the great leaders of Maharashtra. He is one of the great leaders of the coalition, a great chief minister. There is no two ways about it. And I have great respect for him.
But
so I agree with him that he was a great chief minister.
No, but what do you think is the reason why Mr. Ajit Pawar, and he's not alone, many others of the NCP repeatedly have baited you throughout your tenure and particularly now towards the end, saying that one of the reasons why Maharashtra has not moved forward is because no decisions were taken by you?
Well, I think that is blatantly not correct, because if you look at the decisions that we have taken, I think we have taken unprecedented number of decisions compared to any other previous regime. The issue is about certain personal individual works. MLAs want certain individual works done, ministers want certain works done. And you know, particularly the real estate scene in Mumbai was the reason why I came from Delhi to Mumbai. And there have been some serious differences of opinion. I have always striven that the real estate market should be more transparent. There should be level playing field. There should be no cartels, or there should be no nexus. And I have tried to work accordingly, particularly some decisions about the FSI, which was given under discretion of some officers.
Yes.
I have stopped that, and that had almost 3,000 crores per year accrued to the state exchequer. Similarly, there was a decision about public parking. Again, I changed the decision and it gave a lot of revenue.
When the revenue comes to state
exchequer, it means that some private person is losing that money. So obviously there are certain feathers ruffled.
Are you saying that your crusade against corruption in Maharashtra, whether it was trying to clean up real estate or clean up the irrigation scam, you're saying is that why Ajit Pawar and leaders of the NCP are upset with you?
Well, I think let's take the issue about number of decisions being taken. Now, I will challenge anybody. You recount the number of decisions.
I'm asking you a direct question on the corruption aspect.
Those which have been pending for a very long time, and I have tried to take them. It is very difficult to build a consensus. I have done that. In certain sectors like real estate and irrigation, I think obviously there was some error of judgment, some wrong policy decision taken at some particular given point. I had tried to change those policies, particularly policy which caused 85,000 crore worth of projects, unfinished projects lying, and with a budget of about 8,000 crores. There's not a chance in a million of completing those projects in time, and the escalation keeps on happening.
Okay, well, Mr.
This situation needed to be corrected.
Okay. Some Mr. Chavan may disagree with your assessment of your own performance, but let me just ask you in conclusion, are you saying then that your alliance with the NCP is very much on? Because I come back to what the NCP is saying, or some of its leaders are saying. Chhagan Bhujbal, for instance, has made a statement today saying that it is perhaps best that all parties fight on their own.
But is he putting a precondition that if Shiv Sena, BJP break their alliance, and only then our alliance with NCP should break? Is that a precondition? I think we are in discussion with the senior leader, Mr. Pawar. Mr. Pawar is very, very clear that we must fight the communal forces and their alliance must be intact, and I think I go by what he thinks. But and I think we will be able to arrive at some amicable number.
But do you accept that suppose the Shiv Sena alliance breaks, there's a possibility that there could be a realignment even with your own alliance?
No, I don't think it's automatic that if Shiv Sena and BJP break up, that would mean that we automatically break up. Is not necessary.
But it could happen? Do you think the NCP might be tempted to rethink its alliance with you?
No. I think what happens to BJP Shiv Sena cannot be a reason for deciding about our alliance. Our alliance will be decided between our two parties, what is mutually convenient for both of us, and it will be a standalone decision, not impacted by what BJP Shiv Sena does.
And who is the chief ministerial candidate of your alliance? Is it you?
Well, I think that's been already decided.
Already decided? If you could clarify that decision for us. So you will be leading the alliance as the chief ministerial candidate?
No, the Congress party has very clearly indicated that this election will be fought under my leadership.
Okay, because again I put it to you that Ajit Pawar, when he was asked about whether he wants to be chief minister, he says, yes, it's my ambition to become the chief minister after the assembly polls.
But that's fine. That's every party which is fighting an election here would like to get maximum number of seats and would like to lead the alliance or lead the government. Why should not that be an aspiration of any leader?
But that's in contradiction. No, but isn't that a direct contradiction to what you're saying, that the Congress is saying that you will lead the alliance? It will be fought under your leadership.
No, the Congress party has said that the Congress party's campaign will be led by me. The alliance leadership issue will be always decided by number of seats that one gets. You cannot pre-decide who will get how many seats. And it's a time-honored formula that any party which gets a higher number of seats gets the chief ministerial post.
Mr. Chavan, in conclusion, is this a make or break election for you? That if the Congress does not come through, does not perform well in this election, do you believe that there could be a serious risk to your political career?
Well, I think we are in politics on a day-to-day, minute-to-minute basis. Any change of assignment could happen. And of course, you saw in Delhi, Delhi Congress party lost badly. A lot of people who were very senior leaders in the UP alliance are no longer members of parliament, no longer in politics, no longer in any official capacity. But that politics will continue.
All right.
They will continue to remain political leaders.
Okay, you're saying there are no full stops in politics regardless of defeat or victory. Prithviraj Chavan, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
But I'm sure,
yes.
But I'm sure, Srinivasan, I'm saying one last thing, that I'm sure, given the by-election poll results, given the lackadaisical and lackluster performance of the first 100 days, I think people have realized their mistake. And I think the NCP Congress alliance, which will be intact, will come back to power the fourth time.
Okay, Mr. Chavan, you're entitled to that view. Thanks very much indeed for joining us from Mumbai on what appears to be a set of alliances that are on the razor's edge. Thanks very much indeed for that. So Prithviraj Chavan there saying that he hopes the NCP Congress alliance will go through and that a formula has been arrived at, but at the same time he does concede that the situation is very, very fluid.